if you're in the digital marketing space or marketing as a whole, personally, I believe that you have to learn different skills and learn to wear different hats instead of solely just specializing on one thing. Anyway, the world is changing at the very fast rate. AI is disrupting a lot of industries, not only the marketing industry only. There's quite a lot of industries that are being disrupted by AI. And I believe that as a marketer, if you want to stand out, if you want to keep your job, for lack of a better word, but if you want to stand out in the industry, you have to learn more than one skill. And with that, I'm going to read a quote, and I'll put it up on screen right now, by a guy named Robert A. Henley. And the quote reads as follows: "A human being should be able to change a diaper, plan an invasion, butcher a hog, corn a sheep, design a building, write a sonnet, balance accounts, build a wall, set a bone, comfort the dying, take orders, give orders, cooperate, act alone, solve equations, analyze a new problem, pitch manure, program a computer, cook a tasty meal, fight efficiently, die gallantly. Specialization is for ants." And what I like about this quote is that as human beings in this day and age, there's different ways and platforms to acquire knowledge and to learn new skills. And I believe that, or rather my advice to you as a marketer, is that you need to learn more skills. You need to learn to do more than one thing within your industry. You need to learn to wear different hats because the world is changing very fast. If you're stuck on olden ways, or rather on doing the same thing the same way all the time, the world is going to leave you behind. There's a quote that I like, I just forgot who it's by, where it says, "Adapt or die." And as a marketer, you need to be adaptable to change. You need to adapt, learn new skills, implement them, play around different ideas, concepts, and step out of your comfort zone to learn new ways of doing things. I'll tell you, for example, I started off as a graphic designer. From graphic design, I started learning to develop websites back in the days when we used to, hand code website with HTML and CSS. From there, I got introduced to WordPress, where I started developing, or rather designing, WordPress website. From there, I started implementing my graphic design experience into user experience design and user interface. And then from, tapping into digital marketing, I started learning other digital marketing tactics like search engine optimization, copywriting, ensuring I develop proper strategies for digital marketing, paid media, email marketing, content marketing, a whole lot of skills that I've learned within the space. Easily, I could have said, you know what, I studied marketing, I'm just going to stick to doing things, or rather implementing or executing things that I was only taught in university. But that level of curiosity helped me to be where I am right now. I've had the pleasure of working with amazing brands, amazing people in the industry, because I'm adaptable, my mind is flexible, and I'm willing to learn and acquire new skills. And my thing is that some might argue that you can't be a jack of all trades. And the funny thing is that I actually went and Googled this quote, "jack of all trades," and you'll be surprised what the full quote actually says. Let me read it for you. Where's my tab again? So the complete quote reads as follows: "A jack of all trades is a master of none." And my thing is that most people just leave it at that to say, don't be a jack of all trades because you will be a master of none. Not knowing the whole complete quote, which reads as follows: "A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one." A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Now, my question for you as a digital marketer, or whatever industry that you're in, do you want to be a jack of all trades, or do you want to be a master of one? Because a jack of all trades is oftentimes, or rather the quote says, it's oftentimes better than the master of one. And in this day and age, in 2023, You can't just be stuck in doing things how you've always done them. You have to learn, you have to be flexible, you have to adapt and acquire new skills. If you are a copywriter, start learning how to write UX copy, you know? If you are a traditional copywriter, rather, start learning how to write digital copy. From there, acquire new skills. Copywriters also help a lot with on-page optimization for SEO. You know, you can't just be stuck on writing product descriptions and newspaper advertisements because, like I said, adapt or die, and you need to be adaptable as a marketer or anyone from any industry. And my thing is that some might argue that if you acquire all these skills, you need to be honed or rather focus on one thing. And there's different models that a couple of marketers have proposed. There's the T-shaped marketer, there's a V-shaped marketer, there's all different types of shape. I'll actually put up the T-shaped marketer up on screen right now. And as you can see, this looks at you as a marketer having breadth within the digital marketing space, but having depth in one specific topic. But again, you need to learn, acquire all the stuff, and then from there, have depth in one thing, but still have an understanding of how all these different tactics speak to each other. So, for example, you can have, to, or you can, or you have to, you have to learn content marketing, email marketing, data and analytics, because you need to understand where people are coming from, what time, what amount of time they're spending on your website, what is their behavior, what are they clicking on, what are they not clicking on, so that you can optimize the content that you develop better. You know, you need to learn paid media, you need to learn search marketing, social media, e-commerce, and the list just goes on and on and on. And I'm not saying you have to master each and every single one of these tactics, but have an understanding in how that connects with what you're specializing on, basically. You know, even though we say specialization for ends, but I'm using specialization in this case to refer to a field that you have more depth in. Because you can't just go in solely and say you specialize in paid media. You don't know, you don't care, you're not even concerned about what happens with content, email, and the likes. And I personally feel like that's the wrong way to go about it. At least have a proper understanding of how all the different tactics speak to each other, work within the digital marketing space, so that you, at the end of the day, can be able to develop better digital marketing strategies, holistic digital marketing strategies, because not everything and everything is about paid media. Not everything is about SEO. You need to understand how one speaks to the other so that you can make much more better and informed digital marketing strategy to inform campaigns and grow brands. And looking here, let me just put this up on screen right now. There's also the V-shaped marketer where you have breadth. Again, breadth is very important. Depth is also equally important, but the V-shaped one has depth across different tactics or across different fields in digital marketing. And I actually like this one because looking at search marketing, you'll have a broader view of search marketing, but a bit of depth into SEO and SCM or PPC. And looking at email, looking at campaign execution and link building, that is also important. But my argument, or rather my fight, is that specialization is for ends. You can't just stick into doing one thing in this day and age. You have to broaden up your horizon. If you are in digital marketing, you have to broaden up your view. You have to acquire more skills. You have to learn, test, execute across the board and see, or rather decide what is it that you like more, and then have depth in that, but without forgetting that everything speaks to each other. Nothing sits in silo. But that is just my rant. Guys, tell me what you think. Other people will argue that rather specialize and master one thing. And to each their own, eh? To each their own. But my argument is that in this day and age, you can't just stick into doing one thing alone. Have depth in that thing, but know and understand how that particular field connects and speaks to all other different fields. I'm a digital marketing professional, and I'll never say I don't want to get involved in above the line advertising or out of home advertising. No, I understand how that field works, and my curiosity is always looking for ways to blend the two. And I'll tell you one day of an amazing campaign that we ran. In fact, I'll write a whole case study and put it up on my website on how we blended the data that we acquired from running a digital marketing campaign to inform an out of home billboard campaign that we ran. And for me, is that everything has to converge. We can't have traditional marketers and digital marketers. No, we can't do that. We have to converge, blend everything together, because that's how we grow and grow the entire marketing fraternity. There can't be silos, you know? If you're running radio, see how radio can blend with digital. If you're running television, see how television can blend with digital. And I don't mean taking your TV ad and putting it up on YouTube as it is. No, it's different platforms. Things need to be adapted to, the audience that they speak to. But that's also another story for another day. It's a rant. It's a rant for another day. But guys, tell me what you think. Tell me what your views are. Do you believe that specialization is for ends, or rather you want to specialize in what you do, master that, and just spend the rest of your life perfecting it? Or do you want to acquire as much knowledge as you can, sort of dabble across different digital marketing tactics to learn and understand how they speak to each other so that you can develop better holistic marketing strategies? Or you don't believe in any of this, you just go with the flow? But leave a comment, tell me what you think. Agree with me, disagree with me. If I'm not making any sense, give me your views, give me your thoughts. Again, it's a discussion, and my thing is that I'm opening it up to you guys so that we can inform the next generation. We can share our views, share our thoughts, because like I said, it's a public platform, and I'm grateful that there's such platforms for fellow marketers to learn from guys who have been in the industry long enough to, make better or rather well-informed decisions. But anyway, that's my rant for today. It's actually the second time I'm posting this video. I shared it a while back, I think around January 2023, and I didn't get a lot of feedback because, there was no face to the name or name to the face as they say it. So right now, I've got equipment, I've got my camera, I've got my lights. I think when you guys see my face, you'll be able to debate with me, argue with me, agree, disagree, whatever the case might be. But tell me what you think. And yeah, let's inform and educate each other. Cheers, guys.